Everyone thinks we have seen every single T-Rex in the Jurassic universe. Rexy, Buck, Doe, and many others. But that's only the surface level, because when you actually dig deeper into the timeline, there are multiple generations, different cloning periods, and even versions that don't even fully fit into the canon at all. And that's where the mystery begins. Alright, let's break this down properly. First, the original InGen T-Rex generation. Rexy, the most iconic. Buck, a male from Isla Sorna. Doe, the female from a same pair. Bull, another large male often identified separately. Big E.T., confirmed to be a part of the first generation. These T-Rexes all come from the early cloning era around the late 1980s. Now moving a little forward in the timeline, we have Little E.T., which is the second generation and not part of the original clones. And then comes a completely different case. Ember the T-Rex. This is where things change a whole lot. Ember was cloned much later, around 2010. So he was not part of the original 1980s group at all. He belonged to a separate, later cloning phase. And finally, a natural Camp Cretaceous T-Rex. Seen in a flashback, this one was never cloned, never engineered. It existed naturally millions of years ago and was still alive in Camp Cretaceous somehow. So when you organize everything clearly, 5 first generation InGen T-Rexes, 1 second generation, 1 later clone, Ember the Rex, and a natural Rex. That gives us a total of 8 T-Rexes we've actually seen. But now, here's where things start to get confusing. Because outside the movies and shows, there are other T-Rex versions. For example, Camo Extreme T-Rex and the Warpath T-Rex. These come from games and alternate media. They are not confirmed in the main canon timeline, but they prove something important. There are multiple interpretations, designs, and possibly experimental variations of a T-Rex that exist across the franchise. So they're not confirmed unknowns, but they could represent what we haven't seen yet. Now let's look at what you guys said about my first opinions. Indozilla G5U. Trespasser isn't canon, neither is the novel, and the D-Rex is more indominant Rex, which cancels out the D-Rex and the Trespasser female and the Alpha Rex and a lot of the other T-Rexes. Then MD Samir All-in-One said, "Bro, Ember is not from the original 7 T-Rexes. Ember was cloned in 2010, while the original T-Rexes were cloned in 1980, which is also true, cancelling out Ember." And then Giga the Apex said, "Total T-Rex we saw, Rexy, Buck, Doe, Bull, Little E.T., Big E.T., and Ember. We also saw a Fury T-Rex from Cretaceous flashback, but it was natural, so not created by InGen. So total 8, but InGen created 7, which is true, but Little E.T. and Ember are from the second generation and were not created in 1980. So when you combine everything, we don't just have one group of T-Rexes. We have different generations, different timelines, and even different versions that don't even fully fit into the canon. And the craziest part, there could be still more T-Rexes we've never seen at all. Hidden experiments, unknown survivors, or completely lost variants. Part 3 is where things go even deeper, so stay tuned for that.